Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the Keller Williams First Choice Career Night webinar. I see we still have a few people who are just signing on and logging in. So everybody's getting on, logging into the webinar. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Lonnie Roussel. I am the team leader at Keller Williams First Choice, which is in Prairieville, Louisiana. I've been with Keller Williams since September of 2006. I became the team leader of Keller Williams First Choice in April of 2011. Have always thoroughly enjoyed being with the company, and its goals and dreams align with mine as well, and just a company I really enjoy being with. So and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in this webinar, but want to let's go ahead and just jump in. I know you guys are more interested in learning about real estate and Keller Williams than you are about me, so let's jump into what we're going to do here today and talk about what we're going to discuss in this webinar. We're going to start with the path to licensing. How do you get your real estate license? We're also going to talk about what's the cost to get your license and also the cost to keep your real estate license. What are some skills and training that are necessary for you to get your license? Once you get your license, how to succeed in real estate. What does a typical day or week look like for a real estate agent? Can I have another job while I'm in real estate? These are some of the things, the topics that I hear very often when people approach me about getting into the real estate business. And also how long before I start making money. And then of course at the end I'd love to tell you guys a little bit about Keller Williams Realty and how we can help you grow your real estate career if this is ultimately a career path that you choose. So the path to licensing, what does it take to get your real estate license? And this is from the Louisiana Real Estate Commission's website. You have to be at least 18 years of age or older. You have to obtain a high school diploma or equivalency like a GED. You have to show proof of completion of a 90-hour real estate course. That is, when you hear people talk about going to real estate school, that's that 90-hour course. And we'll talk about a couple of those options here in just a minute. You must comply with all application procedures required by the LREC. It's vague there simply because sometimes things change. It's been pretty much the same for a while, but just in case things change, it's all application procedures. And that includes submitting a criminal background history. Now, the criminal background history you do through Louisiana Real Estate Commission. So if this is something you're wanting to do, don't go run out and get a background check. It's something that you would do after you pass the real estate exam, and you do it through the commission. Of course, you have to pass the real estate licensing exam, and you have to be sponsored by a licensed real estate broker and provide proof of errors and omissions insurance. And errors and omissions insurance is also something that you can purchase excuse me, through the Louisiana Real Estate Commission. And you have to be with a licensed broker or company. You can't just get your real estate license and go out and open your own company. You have to be with a licensed real estate broker for a minimum of 4 years before you can be your own broker. And I have on here just to kind of cover me. Always check that website, lrec.state.la.us, for up-to-date license requirements. Sometimes these things change, and it may have changed since I recorded this webinar. So I just want to be sure that if you go to look in a month or two, if things have changed, make sure you check that website to make sure you have the up-to-date information. And at the bottom of the page, you'll see there the two most popular real estate schools in our area. I would imagine if you're watching this, you are somewhere in the Ascension Parish or Baton Rouge, Greater Baton Rouge area. The two most popular schools that most of the agents in our area have attended are the Burke Baker School of Real Estate and Appraising and Bob Brooks School of Real Estate and Insurance. Those are the websites for those two, burkebaker.com and bobbrooksschool.com. And I'd advise, if you don't have a pen and paper in front of you, just to have it, you can take some notes as we go here if you want to write some of these websites down. I'm not endorsing these two schools or trying to exclude any others. There are other real estate schools. These just happen to be the two most popular that I hear most real estate agents in our area have gone to. So if you're interested in real estate school, those are two that you can look into. And of course, if you know of any others or know somebody who went to another one, anything that's approved by the Louisiana Real Estate Commission you can take to get your license. So here's a big one, the cost to licensing. A lot of people ask this question, well, what does it cost for me to get into real estate? And here are your costs to get started. And I want you to remember this is all approximate cost, and you should independently verify these numbers. But this will give you a good idea of what it takes to get into real estate. To take the course to get licensed is about $300. It could be a little more depending on the type of course that you take and where you take it, but it'll be about $300. To sit for the real estate exam will cost you $75. Once you pass that exam, you have to take a background check to apply for your real estate license. That background check costs $35. To get your real estate license from the Real Estate Commission, it costs $90. You have to have errors and omissions insurance, which will cover you through your real estate career, which will cost $184 to get. And the big cost for all of it is to join the Greater Baton Rouge Board of Realtors and the Multiple Listing Service, our MLS, which is sort of the lifeblood for realtors. This is where you will put your listings for other realtors to be able to send to clients, and where you'll search for properties when you have buyers that you're representing. And that cost is about $800, and it's $400 each basically, and it's a little bit more than $400 each, but like I said, these are just some general costs. And the board dues will be due at the end of the year. The MLS dues are due in the middle of the year, so they are separated, but your initial cost to get started, you have to pay for both of those to start. The errors and omissions insurance and the board and MLS dues will be prorated, so it depends what time of the year that you join, that you get your license, of what that initial cost will be. But I always tell people, be prepared between $1,500 and $1,800 to start in real estate school, all the way to getting your license. Will cost between $1,500 and $2,000. So just be prepared for that. And initially it looks like a very large number. That's a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. But when you get your real estate license, you are in essence opening a business. You are an independent contractor as a real estate agent. So you're opening your own business, and there's really no other businesses you could open for $1,500. So it depends which way you look at it. It could be looked at as a very small number as well. The other cost that you have will be your yearly cost. Of course, to take the real estate exam, to take the real estate school, do the background check, those are things that are all one-time costs. But your license fee is every year. It's $90 to renew. Errors and omissions insurance is $184 per year, and the board and the MLS together are about $800. And they probably run between $800 and $850 together for the year, but they are split at different times of the year, those two numbers. So that $800 will be $400 in the middle of the year, $400 at the end of the year, give or take. So about $1,100 to keep your license active and have MLS access. And that's basically just to say, hey, I'm a real estate agent and I can sell a house. That isn't marketing yourself or any other cost, things like that. That's just to have the license and say, I can sell you a house. But one thing to keep in mind is the average commission in our area, average sales price, will equal usually between $4,000 and $5,000 gross commission. Depending on the company that you choose to be in business with, at a minimum you should have at least 50% of that coming to you. So that's about $2,200, give or take. So one closing will pay for basically 2 years of license, board, and MLS dues for you. So it is a big cost, but if you're doing business, it's something you should be able to cover very easily. Other costs can include, of course, a lockbox e-key access. It will be your key to be able to open the lockboxes to show houses, lockboxes that you may have to purchase for listings or signs or business cards, and any other marketing that you want to do. And I'm sure a question that many of you have is, well, what if I want to do my own marketing? There are so many different levels of marketing. They have agents who spend very little money, maybe a few $100s a year on marketing themselves. Others that maybe spend thousands a month. So it's really up to you. I'm not a big fan of doing high dollar marketing. I really just don't see a great return on it personally, and I know a lot of agents that I've talked to that don't as well. So I don't think there should be a high marketing cost simply because there's not a great return. Next thing is, people ask all the time, what skills, what training will I need to get my real estate license? And actually, when you go to real estate school and take that 90-hour course, that's a requirement that you need. Once you take that course, you take the real estate exam and pass it, you can then apply to get your license. You pay your dues and you're licensed. There's really not a lot of training or anything to get your license. Unfortunately, the skills that you need to be successful in real estate sales are not learned during that 90-hour course. You will learn some very valuable information that you have to know while you're selling real estate, about filling in contracts, how many square feet in an acre, just different things like that. That course will prepare you to pass the test, but once you pass the test, you are not, in my opinion, you are not prepared to sell real estate. You have a good knowledge of the laws and the things that you have to follow, the details that you have to accomplish. But your broker or the company you choose to be in business with should provide you with the necessary training. And if they don't, you'll have to be responsible for training on your own to be successful at real estate sales. And that's one of the things that I will tell you that Keller Williams, in my opinion, is above and beyond every company. Is the training. There is consistent training pretty much every day in our office. We have a class, and it's other agents who have been highly successful at a certain portion of real estate that they will teach you how they're being successful there and help you become successful as well. So make sure that when you choose a broker or a company that you're going to be in business with, that you're getting the training that you need to be successful. Here again, in my opinion, necessary skills to be successful in real estate. I think you have to be a highly disciplined person and self-motivated. And what I mean by that is, if you're an independent contractor when you become a real estate agent, there's nobody holding their thumb on you and saying, well, you have to work this many hours a day, this many days a week. Ultimately, it's up to you. So you've got to be self-motivated, have that desire to succeed, to say, even though nobody's going to notice if I don't show up for work, or whether they notice or not, I won't get in trouble. You have to be self-motivated to get up and do the things necessary to make the income that you need. I think you need good people skills, and don't mistake that for, I've got the gift of gab, I can talk to anybody that I meet. What good people skills that I'm referring to is you have an ability to quickly build a rapport with somebody that you've just met and bring a level of trust very quickly. Because in this business, like any sales business, when people trust you, they'll hire you. And that's just the simple form of it. That if you have good people skills where people can see that you're sincere and genuine when you first meet them, you go a long way in this business, because they can trust you, and people do business with people they can trust. I think you definitely have to be willing to learn. There's so many things that happen in real estate that change continuously. From 2006, when I first started with Keller Williams, through today, it is such a different business. Technology has advanced so much. There's so many things you have to learn, and things are always changing. They're getting better. A lot of things are making your life easier. So you have to be willing to learn to do those things and always get better each day at what you're doing. I think you have to be a little tech savvy, and if you're not tech savvy, don't panic. I think you just have to be willing to learn technology. It's not really difficult to learn how to be techie, so to speak, if you have an open mind to it and you're willing to listen and willing to learn. And we have people in our office specifically that will sit with you and teach classes on different levels of technology, on how you can be successful with it and how you can get better with it. So how to succeed, we talked a little bit about these skills, and I won't go through those again. Some necessary skills, in my opinion, that you need, or at least need to develop to be successful in real estate. Also, we talked a little bit about choose your broker or your company carefully. Not all real estate brokerages are created equally. There's a lot of different models out there. There's a lot of different successful models. One may fit better for you than the other. Keller Williams has been phenomenal for me. It took me from a brand new agent not knowing what I was doing in this business to being very successful in this business, being consistently in the top 5% in my area of closed business, the top agent in my office for a couple of years. So everything I've learned has been through Keller Williams, and it's a great company to learn and grow a real estate career. Start and maintain a database. I always tell agents when they first get into the business, if you were getting married and you were making a list of all the people you would invite to your wedding, if money was no object, if you can have as big a wedding as you'd like, that's your database. Those are the people that know you, like you, and trust you. And those are the people that will do business with you. You maintain that database and always be in contact with them. And that's one of the classes that we teach on how to stay in touch with your database. Find multiple and creative ways to let people know that you sell real estate. I heard a story of an agent that her and her husband for a year were trying to get pregnant, and she got her real estate license, and what she did was she sent an invite to all of her friends and family and said, come to the house, I've got a huge announcement to make. So everybody took for granted that she's pregnant, and that's what the announcement is, so they all came. She had nearly 200 people at her house, and she said, guys, I'm a real estate agent. Do you know anybody considering buying or selling and investing? What a great way to get in front of a lot of people that already know you, they like you, they trust you, and now they all know that you sell real estate. And she got multiple referrals from that one event, and people that want to buy or sell. So find ways to let people know that you sell real estate. Creative is always great. Make sure people know that you're doing it. Get into education. Whatever company you decide to join, get into their training programs. Make sure they have one before you join it, because I think that's huge to be successful. Local organizations, I serve on the Ascension Council of Realtors. We do multiple education events through the year, and our board of realtors does a great job of providing education for the agents as well. So get into that education and always be willing to grow. Learn from those that have lived before us. Success leaves clues. Agents that have been successful before, most of them are very happy to sit with you and tell you how they've done it. Especially, I know I can speak for our office in Prairieville that we've got a ton of agents who have been very successful in this business and will teach a lot of classes. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Do what they're doing. It works. Do it in your way and it'll work for you. There's a great quote from Isaac Newton here on the bottom of your page. If I've seen farther than others, it's because I was standing on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton took research that people did before him and grew it from there. He didn't start the research over. So it's the same thing with real estate. When people are doing things successfully and they're willing to share, listen, do what they're doing, put your own personal touch to it, and you'll be successful with it as well. I get this question all the time from people considering a career in real estate. What is a typical day or week of a real estate agent? And unfortunately, there is no typical day or week for a real estate agent. There's no other way to put this. Evenings and weekends are just a part of the job. It is something that you're going to work evenings, you're going to work weekends. However, the more business you have, the more flexible you'll become. What I mean by that is people typically get into real estate for three reasons. They want to be their own boss, they want to set their own schedule, and they want to make a lot of money. And typically, especially initially in your business, you're going to get two of the three. You are your own boss, but if you're setting your own schedule, you're probably not making a lot of money. And if you're making a lot of money, you're probably not setting your own schedule. Because as a new agent, you don't have a ton of business coming at you. You have to work what comes to you. But as you build it, when you have more business, you can be more flexible. What I mean by that is, if you have a party for a friend, or if you have a child who has a baseball game or something going on the weekend, a buyer calls you, wants to look at a house Saturday at 2 o'clock. Well, that party or that ball game is Saturday at 2 o'clock. If you hadn't closed the deal in 3 months, you don't have a choice. You've got to go out and show that house because you're going to need the income. If you've been consistently closing business and making at least as much money as you need, you can say no. You can say, well, how about Friday? Or how about Monday? Or maybe Sunday if you're available then. But you don't have to go when they go, so you can start to set your own schedule. So you can dictate your schedule when you don't need the business. So if you grow your business, you get an education and you get better at this, and your business grows, and usually within a year or two, if you do it right, within a year or two you can say, you know what, I can't do it that day. And of course, I would always advise you, if you've got something that is really huge you just can't break, don't miss things for the business, because the business can come. But if there's things that you can move around, you probably will for your first year or so in real estate. And as your business grows, you can dictate your schedule a little more. And then the more your business grows, the more likely you'll be able to hire some leverage. And that means you're an administrative assistant, maybe a buyer specialist for your team, things like that, to where you've got so much business you can't handle it all, and you're getting so busy, you're working so many hours, that you can hire somebody to help you with a portion of what you're doing to minimize the amount of time, amount of hours in the day, the amount of days a week that you're working. And the more your business grows, the easier these things get, the easier you can dictate your schedule. And I get asked this a lot as well. Can I have another job? Can I work in real estate part-time? And the answer is yes, but it's really not easy. It also depends on your company. Not every company will bring on agents who are working part-time. We believe at Keller Williams that as a real estate agent, you are an independent contractor, so it is up to you. But you have to remember that the amount of time and effort you put into your real estate career is going to impact the return you're going to see from it. The people that are most successful in real estate that have another job, their job is very flexible. For me personally, when I first started in real estate, I had another job. I was able to go in very early in the morning, usually like at 5 o'clock, and get off for about 10 a.m. So I had a lot of time to work on my real estate business after. And after I made a few sales, I would cut those hours back, work fewer days, and then within a couple of years, was able to just sell real estate. So a lot of people start with a part-time job. I'll tell you this, just to be honest, if you have a 9-to-5 job, it's going to be very difficult to be successful in real estate. And a lot of people feel like, well, you know, people want to see houses evenings and weekends after they get off of work, and I'm off work at that time as well. And that's true, but so much of this business is generating business, is getting in front of people, making those calls, getting in front of people who want to buy or sell, and you do those things during the 9-to-5 portion while you're not out selling. If you're working another job, it's going to be difficult to do that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it does make it more difficult. I just want to give you guys my honest opinion. I don't think you came on this webinar for me to sugarcoat it, so I'm just trying to be as honest with you as I can. the more you're working another job, the more difficult real estate will be for you. And how long do I start making money? This is something that I hear very, very often. And the short answer is there's just no way to tell. Real estate is simply an all-commission industry. You don't make any money until you close business. So there's no base salary, there's no draw that you can pay off when you make commission. You don't make a dime until you close a deal. I've seen agents that have started making money as early as 30 days after getting their license. Some that take 6 months to a year before they get their first paycheck. It depends on the person's commitment, their ability to be successful in the business. And I've seen people make money really quick and then not make money for another year. And then I've seen others that have taken nearly 6 months or more to get their first check, and then they made $100,000 over the next year. So just because you don't have a closing quickly doesn't mean you won't be successful. Depends what you have going on and how committed you are to this thing. I would say that the average that I've seen of agents that I've spoken with is about 3 to 4 months before you will see that first check. Again, it can happen within 30 days. My advice is always to be prepared to go 6 months without a check. That way, if you prepare for 6 months and you get a check 3 months later, then you're happy. If you prepare for 3 months and it takes 6 months, you may be in some trouble. So you may be, you may get yourself in some financial trouble if you're not prepared for it. So I would say be prepared to go 6 months, but work like heck to make it, 1 or 2 months before you start to see money. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about Keller Williams Realty. It is a company that's built by real estate agents for real estate agents. Of course, the company intends and does make a profit, but it is built to help the agents. We feel if we build the agent's career, ultimately we're going to make all the money that we're setting our goals to make. So it is focused on you, the real estate agent. This goofy looking gentleman is Gary Keller. He's the founder of Keller Williams and the chairman of the board. The mission of the company has always been to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living. And lives worth living is so important because you can make $100,000, $200,000 a year, but if you never get to see your friends and family and do the things that you enjoy doing, then that money is worth nothing. So we talk about how to make a huge income with working as few hours as possible. We try to keep it to a 40-hour work week or less if we can and still meet your goals. And the values of the company is now and always will be God and family first, business second. We feel if you have those priorities in order, things usually work out much better for you. A little bit about the size of the company. Keller Williams is currently the second largest real estate company in the United States, and that's by the end of 2010 numbers. In 2008, we were the fourth largest company. In 2009, we were the third largest company. In 2010, we were the second largest. I think you see where this is going. This company has only been around for about 30 years. It was developed in 1983. And it has quickly grown, and all these companies you see on this page have been around for a lot longer, and Keller Williams is growing very quickly. It's a great business model that agents are flocking to. It's helping them grow their careers and put a lot of money in their pockets. So sort of what the growth has looked like in real estate for the past 5 or 6 years. In 2005, though the Baton Rouge area real estate market was strong because of Hurricane Katrina, the market started to shift nationally. So this is looking at a national picture from 2005 to 2010, which was really difficult real estate markets across the country. You see that 3 major real estate franchises, RE/MAX, Century 21, and Coldwell Banker, have all decreased in size tremendously. And that's natural simply because the National Association of Realtors, the number of realtors in the country has gone down very significantly. But in that same time, Keller Williams has grown by nearly 35%. And RE/MAX, Century 21, and Coldwell Banker, I'm not throwing dirt at them here. They are very good companies. They're fine companies. They're a very different business model than Keller Williams. And we believe we've got a great model that will help agents succeed even in the toughest markets. And that has been proven over the past 5 years. When so many people have been getting out of the business and all these great companies are shrinking, Keller Williams is continuing to grow because agents are finding success with the company. The number of units closed per agent at the end of 2011 over 2010, the National Association of Realtors saw a 7.4% increase of number of closed units per agent, which is great. Things have increased, and that was a great number. At Keller Williams, in that same time, our agents' business has increased by 19.5%. So we're outpacing the industry in a lot of ways. Total commissions earned increased by 10% in 2011, and I can tell you that it was harder to sell real estate in 2011 than it was in 2010. So even in a tougher market, Keller Williams agents were making more money. So Keller Williams really stands out in many ways. 4 areas in particular that we'll go through pretty quickly here today. education, technology, culture, and wealth building. And we'll talk about starting with education. Gary Keller, the founder of the company, has always said we're a training and coaching company. We happen to be in the business of real estate. It is our job to train and coach our agents to be the best they can be. It's their job to go out and list and sell real estate. And we have a resource for every level that you can be at, whether you're brand new all the way through a mega agent. We can help you grow your business. Our Cornerstone Courses, Ignite is our sort of real estate boot camp. It's something that we advise that you take as soon as you get into real estate. It's a 15-session course that if you do the things that are taught in this course, you should close about 16 transactions in your first year. And that's to kind of give you an idea of what that means. That's basically a $50,000 income for you in your first year of real estate by doing the things that are in Ignite. And then we have other courses as well as your real estate career grows that we can get you into to help you grow it even more. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent is a book written by Gary Keller. Our curriculum that we use for our courses at KW are from this book. This is where the curriculum was built, and it continues to grow every day. We have what we call the market of the moment. What's going on today? What do our agents need? And you can see, REOs, which is bank-owned properties, short sales where people are selling for less than they owe. That's become a big deal recently. That's happening to a lot of people. So we teach courses on how to be successful with those types of transactions. Social media, everybody's on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube these days. So we teach classes on how to build business through those media outlets, and then also internet lead generation. 90% of people who are looking for a home, the first place they go is the internet. We help you build your online brand so people will find you, and you generate business that way as well. We have a 24-hour-a-day learning channel called KW Connect. You come here, type in what you're looking for on I want to host an open house. They have tons of videos that show you what the best way to host an open house to generate business. I want to work with for sale by owners. You come in here and type that in. There's tons of videos helping you there. So even if you can't always make it to the training at the office, there's training that you can be sitting with your laptop on your couch at midnight. If you can't sleep and look at some videos, you can always be learning whenever you have the time to do it. Technology is always very cutting edge. It's always evolving and getting better. You get 2 websites when you join Keller Williams. We call them eAgent C, which we've had since 1999. And an eEdge, which was rolled out in 2010. These are 2 websites with complete systems behind them to allow you to build your business, generate more leads, and close those leads to business. And you can see at the bottom there that eEdge was honored by Inman News as the most innovative web service in the real estate industry in 2011. Very cutting edge. No other company has anything like it, and it's been a huge success for our agents. KW.com has nearly 5 million listings, including yours. All listings across the country that Keller Williams agents have is here, and also people can go here and search for their local listings, and if they find yours and want more information, that lead comes to you. You get the business. We have a Keller Williams listing system called KWLS. When you're a Keller Williams agent, you can sit on a listing appointment and tell a potential seller, when I market your property, I'm going to market it on over 300 websites. And by doing that, all you do is you put it into this KWLS, which pushes it out to over 300 websites. It takes you about 15 minutes to do, and you look like a marketing genius because it goes to every site that people could possibly search for real estate on. So you can do something that a lot of your competitors cannot do. You get 2 agent sites. One is very customizable that you can do pretty much anything with. The other is a set it and forget it type site where people can come on and search properties. And when people are searching online, they're looking for houses. And you've got a search site sitting right there in front of your site, and they can search homes. Any business that comes from that will go directly to you if it comes through your site. And here's just a quick picture on the funnel of online business that you can get, the online lead generation, automated marketing campaigns that will follow up with these people as they sign up on your website, or if you put them into your contact management system, and then the KWLS that pushes you to over 300 websites for every listing that you take. When people want more information on your listing, it comes to you through the KWLS. So consistently generating tons of business through our online lead generation system. eEdge, we talked a little bit about this. This is the system behind that site. Any leads that come in, any contacts that you put in to stay in contact with. We have a marketing platform in there that will consistently stay in front of these people for you. The system will go out automatically to keep you in top of the mind of your potential clients. So when they're ready to buy or sell, they come through you. And then the My Transactions portion is a complete online document system. You can fill out listing agreements, purchase agreements, send them to your clients online, and they can e-sign these documents. And this is all through Keller Williams. You don't have to pay any additional money as part of the company that you're with. Our marketing motto is basically, you are the brand, Keller Williams is not the brand. People will do business with you, not with the company. And we help you build your brand, and we stand behind you. We give you the resources and tools to be successful. And we don't try to advertise Keller Williams. We try to help you advertise you and get you out there, because ultimately people are doing business with you, not with Keller Williams, or not with any company, just with you. So we help you build your brand. Wealth building, passive income. This is our profit share system. In 2010, Keller Williams in the United States and Canada shared over $34 million in profit with our agents, and over $38 million in 2011. Basically, profit share is a reward for helping the company grow. You help the company grow and you'll get parts of the profit. In the 15 years that profit share has been a part of Keller Williams, nearly $350 million has been shared with the agents. We shared over $50,000 in just our Prairieville office in 2011, and it's been consistently growing ever since then. And we've got agents who have made over $1,000 in a month just from profit share. That's on top of your commission. So it's another way to build your wealth, to have multiple sources of income. Our culture is second to none. We have a very family atmosphere in our office. We have an agent leadership council that basically runs our office. They vote on the serious topics we have to make decisions on, because they're agents who are out there listing and selling, and these decisions will affect them. So we appoint an agent leadership council that will allow agents to make the decisions that affect agents, because that's the way we feel it should be. We have complete budget accountability. Every month we have an AOC meeting. We invite all of our agents to attend that meeting. Our entire budget is up on our big screen. You can see every penny that comes into the office and every penny that goes out. So you know exactly what you're getting for the commission that you're splitting with the company. We have no secrets. We have a complete budget accountability that every agent knows what we're spending and what we're spending it on. We have an event one day a year called Red Day, where it's in May of every year, that we ask the entire company, all 80,000 agents across the United States and Canada, to go out and do a day of community service. And we've done a few events on Red Day that have been very successful. We've painted and put together playground equipment for local schools. We have done jambalaya benefits to raise money for great organizations like the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank. It's a wonderful day to get out there and do community service. Of course, we do more service events than just Red Day, but that's our extremely large day where the entire company across the country is out doing community service. Just a great day, a great thing to be a part of, and it's a great example of the culture at KW. And that's it, guys, for our webinar. Hopefully you saw on the bottom of the page there, you can fill in any questions that you have. Put your name, your email address in there, and type in your question, and send it to me. And I guarantee within 24 hours of this webinar being done, I'll get back to you. Just depends how many questions we have and how much time I have to get back to you after it's done. If you send any questions and expected an answer right away, I apologize. I can't reply to your questions and do a webinar at the same time. So as soon as I get that in, I get a chance to sit down and look at those questions, guys, I will respond to your email. You should see where, if you're interested in more, you can click to send me your information to get in contact with you, and we can meet and talk more about Keller Williams or more about getting into real estate. It's a wonderful career, guys. It is something that I love to do. I look forward to going to work every day. It is absolutely work. I want you guys to know that. A lot of people look at it and feel like it may be easy money. It's not easy money, but it is a wonderful opportunity to enjoy what you're doing for a living. Helping people sell their homes, buy new homes, is a wonderful event to be a part of. And there is a huge earning potential in it. You can really make hundreds of thousands of dollars selling real estate, but it is hard work. I don't want anybody to think that it's easy. I think Keller Williams is a great place to build that career. If you have any information, just click on the button there to get in contact with me, and I'll be glad to help you in any way that I can. Have a great day.